Hey again, everybody. Many blessings. I'm doing this next video. I really wasn't planning on posting anything today. I'm really trying to go back to um, putting more emphasis on, reserving my day for Sabbath and really using that as a rest day. So I really wasn't planning on posting anything. But just a little after the start of Sabbath, just after a little sundown, I had a dream, and it was one of the most terrifying dreams I've had since I was a kid, and I wanted to go ahead and share this now just as a warning. A lot of times, if I wait, I may not post this dream interpretation for weeks after I actually had the dream, or after, something happened. And then I'll be like, oh, this is why I had the dream. So I don't want to do that this time. I want to go ahead and put it out there. Y'all wouldn't give me this dream on Sabbath without the intentions of me sharing it with you guys on Sabbath. And so that's just how I see it. So I had the beginning of the dream after, I had the beginning, I believe I had the beginning of what took place in the dream after the ending of the dream. So pretty much I had the ending of the events first, and then I had the beginning of the events second. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the beginning of the dream. And the beginning of the dream, me and my family were on a plane. And I don't know why, it had to be American Airlines. I don't even know if there is an airlines called American Airlines, honestly, because I haven't ridden on a plane in a really long time. But it just so happened to be American Airlines. I see it clear as day. And we were trying to land. Well, we were landing. And there were a bunch of planes trying to land literally at the same time. So what the pilot did was, there was two planes coming in from the east, and he was trying to swerve to come in from the west, from where his landing point was. And for some reason, the landing point wasn't on land. Like, how most airplanes, when they land on the ground. For some reason, it was more like they were having to land in a roller coaster railing type of thing. It was really crazy. So he was having troubles trying to land, and so once we hit the rail, the whole thing, flipped, doing flips and turning and everything, until literally people were dying. Literally, people were just dying, until everything was being cut. Until there was literally, because me and my family were all the way in the back, fortunately, until there were only 3 rows left of the plane. So everyone else had been killed off, and it was me and my family and the other people ahead of us on the other 2 rows. We were the only ones left. So we get off the plane and everybody's just, terrified, as what's to be expected. We were completely terrified, shivering. And as we're like getting off, we started seeing a bunch of like cut up body parts, like that were in the trash, like dumped in the trash. And these weren't the body parts of the people that had just gotten that was on our flight. It seemed to me like these were body parts from previous flights that they had been putting in the trash. So what I perceive this to be is that, this wasn't the first crash like this. In fact, there had been several crashes that they were maybe trying to hide. Maybe the news wasn't covering it fully. But from that, I got the feeling that this wasn't the first time that this has happened. This has been going on. And so as we're like walking past that, I got a feeling too, there was a lot of like human trafficking going on out of the airport. I got the feeling that there was a lot of, shady stuff going on in and around the airport. So after that, the beginning of the dream was I saw thousands and thousands of more RVs on the roads. I saw that, they started making RVs the thing because everybody was just so literally petrified of getting on airplanes. And one thing I wanted to say is we got to stop being so selfish. Stop moving from one thing to the next. I think it's become very common for people to live a nomadic lifestyle because it's become really easy to travel here and there and back and forth and live more of a traveler's lifestyle, a nomadic lifestyle. But learn that it's okay to stay in one place for a while. That in itself could help the environment extremely. But we are, as a human race, are so selfish in our nature. We need to learn to become selfless, especially in these times. So we got to stop moving from one thing to the next, you afraid of riding on planes, so you go from riding on planes to getting on RVs. Like, you just jump from one thing to the next. Neither one is necessarily good, but just to appease you because it's convenient for you, it's there. We take advantage of it, just like with anything, with this fast food and everything like that. Because it's easy and it's convenient, we gravitate to it, instead of doing what we know is right. And I fall victim of this too. I definitely fall victim to this too. I'm not perfect. Every now and then, when I pass a fast food chain, I just find that it's easier for me to, get a sandwich and fries, or a burger and fries, or chicken nuggets and fries, instead of going home and fixing something, So we gotta be better, convenient is not always the best. Everything that glitters is not always gold. And this is elementary, middle school teaching. We know this. We just have to put it into play. Another thing I want to touch base on is, a lot of people might have thought that I was being trying to be mean or just controlling by telling them they should wait on having kids. But if you just use a little bit of common sense reasoning, this is what I was talking to my husband about, is what's the main pawn to get anyone to negate their values for something that they know is wrong, but they will do it for the greater good in their mind. They use kids against us all the time. Just think about it. If you want to get people to do something, what's one of the biggest pawns you use? You use their kids against them. Because if you're a single person, it's easier for you to stand up for your values, no matter what persecution comes. If it's just you, But if you have small children, if you have a little 6-month-old baby, a little 1-year-old babies, and kids running around, then it's not just you. You're not just thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your kids whom you love, which is rightfully so. But this is how they use these things against you. And so that's why, I was really not pressing, but suggesting that you wait to have kids. You be a little bit selfless in these times and wait to have kids, because now we're in spiritual warfare. Now the real deal's going on. Now we definitely are in the land of the walking dead. I mentioned, previous to that, some people thought COVID-19 wasn't even a real thing. Some people thought all the deaths the news was reporting was fake news propaganda. Whatever the case may be, I feel like a lot of these deaths were real. I feel like it did have something to do with the rapture. A lot of good people left this world, a lot of good workers. Have you ever went to a restaurant or went somewhere and, lately they just can't seem to get your order right? Lately, it's a bunch of workers that just can't seem to get nothing right. It's because a lot of good people has left this earth. And if you're still here, you should be concerned. That means, or you should be feeling privileged, because that means you're one of God's chosen. You're one of the soldiers left. One of the few ones, the 144,000 that has been left here to as the body of Christ. Or you living lost. You one of these walking dead out here. So you should be concerned. And that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with today. Of course, I always have more to talk about, but for now, I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and I'm sending y'all much love and blessings. Don't be discouraged. Just pray, fast, and keep your eyes open and be aware. This is it. These are the times we're living in, people. It's clear as day to me, Peace, love, light.